What's up, everybody? So I've done about 1,000 Ks on my new bike, and I thought it's about time that I do a quick video on the 5 things that I absolutely love about the Ducati Multistrada 1200 Enduro. The first thing on my list of the 5 things that I absolutely love about my bike is the fact that this bike pushes out 160 horsepower in sport mode. That is absolutely insane for such a massive bike, and I absolutely love it. I mean, because I'm a super bike type of guy and I'm very fond of speed and power, this bike is perfect for me. I mean, compared to any other adventure bikes besides the KTM, they don't really focus on the speed and the power of the physical bikes, which is understandable because it's an adventure bike. It is massive, you're going to go off-road, so you generally don't want such a massive engine for off-road. But the way that Ducati did the riding modes, you can just go down to Enduro mode when you go to off mode, and if I'm correct, I think the horsepower gets cut to 100 horsepower, which I think is ideal for off-road. But yeah, like I said in my previous video, I'm a very off-road noob, so I'm not really going to talk about the Enduro mode or going off-road or anything yet, until I've gotten to that point where I'm confident I can do a couple of great off-road videos for you guys. Okay, so number 2. I absolutely love the fact that this bike is keyless ignition. It works with a key fob or a proximity key, and I just absolutely love it because that with all my previous bikes, I've always forgotten the key in the ignition. That was one thing that I always did, and it is by some flippin' miracle that I have never had a bike stolen, because I would literally always leave the key in the ignition. No matter where I went, if it was a restaurant, quickly to the shop, even at home or work, whenever I stopped the bike and got off, I always forgot the key in the bloody ignition. So yeah, number 3 on my list would be the luggage system on the Ducati. I've got the touring pack on this bike, which basically gives you heated grips, a tank, a handlebar bag, and a Touratech side panniers. But with my bike, I've gotten, well, I've obviously have the heated grips, but I've got this cool tank bag instead of the handlebar bag. And then I've got the aluminium Touratech side panniers, but I also have the aluminium Touratech top box as well, which is pretty awesome. They have come in handy quite often already. But the biggest thing that I love about them is how effortlessly they go on and off. Because that I've commuted in quite hectic traffic, I don't want to sit with the side panniers on in traffic. That is quite insane and would not be ideal for traffic conditions. And the fact that I can just pop them off, and then when I need them just pop them right back on effortlessly, makes it so much easier. So for number 4 on my list is the cornering LEDs. And just because that I sometimes quite often ride at night, and the fact that when I lean into corners it lights up the side of the road to me is just absolutely amazing. Because sometimes there's no street lights or anything, so it gets quite dark, and I mean, you do ride with your brights on, but you know, sometimes you just don't get those little corners, which this bike lights up quite well with cornering LEDs. So I find that pretty amazing. Plus, I've never had a bike that does it, so it is pretty awesome. And then last but not least, I would say is definitely the fueling on this bike. Now that is something that Ducati really outdid themselves on with this bike. It is absolutely incredible how light on fuel this bike actually is. I've never owned a bike that is this light on fuel. On average doing 5.6 liters per 100 k's, and on this tank I've done just over 400 k's, and my light came on this morning and it says I can still do 70 odd k's to go on this tank, which is flippin' incredible. I mean, my Harley Davidson 1200 Custom was a 14 liter tank, but I just got over 200 k's on a tank. My Ducati was a 17 liter tank, and I literally cut the 200k mark just. And I mean, I know it's all about how you ride this bike, but mostly I'm riding this bike in sport mode and in hooligan mode. So I do push her quite a lot and I do have a lot of fun. And with that said, the bike is still amazingly good on fuel, and especially in our fuel prices lately. I mean, flipping going up again in November, pushing it almost to 18 rand a litre, which is just flipping ridiculous. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, that's my last item on the list. It's definitely the fueling, and well done flipping Ducati, you did an amazing job at it. But that's just the 5 things that I really love about the bike. And remember, I've only done about 1,000 k's on the bike. It doesn't mean that I don't like the other things. The other features are pretty flippin' amazing. You get the 4 riding modes, the sport, touring, urban and enduro, and they are all amazing. And the fact that you can customize each of them are amazing. But yeah, there's just too much features in one go. I'll do a proper rundown and a proper walkthrough of everything soon. I hope you liked the video. I hope I didn't bore you. Please remember to subscribe and share. Any support will be greatly appreciated. Cheers.